Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to share with you guys a list of makeup products that I've been loving in the month of April. I think the best way to showcase products that I love is to actually put them on my face so that you can see how it looks like and how I would go about using them. So today, using all of those products, I created this look, and if you want to see how this look is created, just keep on watching. Okay, so I have just moisturized my face. The first step is priming, and for primer, I've been really liking these two different kind of primers. They serve different purpose. One is the backlight priming filter, and the other product that I've been really loving is the Estee Lauder pore vanishing stick. First of all, very convenient to travel with. I'm gonna put the pore vanishing stick on my cheek, nose, and T-zone, where I have the largest pores. Now, after the pore vanishing stick, I'm gonna be using this backlight. I'm just gonna squeeze the tiniest bit, and then I'm gonna pat it onto my cheekbones. This is gonna be where I apply highlighters. After the primer, today I'm going to be using a combination of two foundations. I've used the Physicians Formula, the healthy foundations before, but for the April, I've been really loving this Maybelline Superstay 24-hour foundation. This is a foundation that has a very flawless finish while having a medium coverage. Even though it has a high coverage, it still looks like your skin. It definitely lasts about 8 hours, which is typically what you would wear foundations to go to school or go to work. So I'm going to be mixing with this foundation, which I have in the shade Light Neutral 3. It's a little bit lighter, so I'm thinking of just combining these two and create a better shade for my face today. My favorite tools this month to use to apply my foundation has been this huge Real Technique body makeup sponge. I think it's a face and body makeup sponge. This gets your foundation blended in no time. It's really fast and just convenient. The Maybelline Superstay, I'm going to be using 1 pump, and the Physicians Formula. Now this comes with a doe-foot applicator. It almost looks like the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer application 1. I'm going to add a tiny little bit and just dab it onto my face and even them out. I always use a Dense Beauty sponge. It really just gives a much more flawless finish. For brows, today I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution brow pomade. It's very long lasting and budge proof. I have it in the shade Blonde. I love this color because it's very cool toned. For a more precise brow product, I love L'Oreal Brow Stylist. This one is less creamy, but more budge proof. I'll be using the spoolie here today to brush my hair up. Now going to this pomade, use this flat angle brush here, get the product and swipe it onto the cap in here, and this is the amount of product you're going to use for your brow, and that's it. Now that I have filled in my brow using the brow pomade, we're going to go back to the pencil and use this brush here to brush all of your brow hair up once again. I'm going to use the tip of the brush pencil to draw very natural hair-like shapes. So after that, the last step of my brow routine is to use a eyebrow gel mascara like this. This is a really good one. This is by Essence. It's called Make Me Brow. This is a tiny brow gel, but it works. So you want to brush upward. Okay, so now we're done with the brow. I'm gonna move on to my eyes. I discovered this product by Sephora and I really like it. This is Sephora's Beauty Amplifier Lid and Liner Primer. It's just a beige colored powder, but it's extremely finely milled. I'm gonna be using a Morphe eyeshadow brush in E27. I'm just gonna gently dip into this powder and just sweep across my eyelid to set the foundations that I have. Okay, so for the actual eyeshadow today, I'll be using 4 single eyeshadows. the NYX Hot Single eyeshadow color in the shade Sex Kitten. A little shimmery, pinky, peachy nude shade. This is a very subtle color. Now if I swatch it on the back of my hand, you can barely see its color, but I like it on my eyelid as a transition shade because it adds a tiny warmth to my eyelid. Other two matte single eyeshadow shade that I'll be using for transition in my crease is from L'Oreal, and these are all from its collection called Color Riche eyeshadow, and one is in 203 Cafe au Lait. This is a very cool toned brown shade that I feel like is very nice for defining the shadows in your crease when you're doing a smoky eye look. And the other color is a black color in 209. This is a very smoky black eyeshadow color. Now it's not a very intense black where you feel like you can't control it that well once you get too much pigmentation on. This is just black enough and it blends really well. So if you're doing a smoky eye look, you would feel like you're in control with how much products you're putting on your lid. Last single eyeshadow I'll be using is a metallic shade from the brand Sahi Cosmetics. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it right, but it's in the shade Doha, and this is a cream metallic foil eyeshadow. I really like the finish on it. This is a, if I swatch it without like dampening my finger or anything, it's a gold metallic shade with gold glitters in it. Now it looks a little bit chunky, but once on your lid, if you apply it wet, the gold base color is going to really shine through. If you like that finish, you would love this single eyeshadow. I'm going to be going to this lightest transition shade to put it in my crease, to connect my crease with my brow bone. The brush I'll be using is from Morphe M504. After the first shade, I'm going to go into this very cool toned brown color that I really like. Brown transition shade just gives me a more subtle and soft smoky eye look. And the brush I'm going to be using is Morphe M505. Same process, going into the color, tap up the excess and work it from the outer corner and then blend inward into the crease. The second color is very well blended. We're going to go into the darkest black color. And the brush I'll be using is M330. I'm gonna go back into these two shades, Cafe au Lait and the black color. I'm gonna be mixing these two. Now after the inner corners are filled with a smokiness, I'm gonna go into the last metallic shade, Flat Large Eyeshadow Brush by Crown. You can get these eyeshadow brush anywhere. As long as it's stiff and you feel like it can hold the eyeshadow, it should be fine. Wet my brush using basically any sort of makeup spray, pressing to the eyeshadow to really pack on the color. And I'll be pressing this color at the center of my lid. Use this brush to blend the metallic shade with the matte shade that we had. We're going to do that on the edges of the metallic shade. And then at last, we're going to go back to large blending brush and go back to the very outer edge of the crease and then blend that. Concealers that I'm going to be using is Ulta Full Coverage Liquid Concealer. This is a very full coverage concealer. For its price, I feel like it's doing a great job. I think the size of the sponge is perfect for blending the concealers under eye. The brush I'm going to be using is Morphe G35. This is a perfect taper brush to get into the corners of your inner eye and sweep the powder across your under eye area. And the powder that I'll be using is Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. For setting the foundation on my face, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match powder. This is in the shade Warm, W4, Natural Beige. I found it to be extremely finely milled, and especially when I put on my face as a finishing powder on top of a natural foundation, the look is flawless. Dip into the powder and press it onto the face. Because of my blemishes and I have some acne, I need to spot conceal using concealer. And for spot concealing, I've been loving the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. Now, this concealer is famous for it oxidizing super fast. Oxidized to a shade that's probably 2 or 3 shades darker than what you would expect. But I found it to be very full coverage yet hydrating, and I've been using it to spot conceal and it's been working very nice. I'm going to be using the tiniest product and just dot into the very place that I need to spot conceal. To just put on top of those concealer spots to really set the concealers furthermore. The contour product that I'll be using is a contour palette from Physicians Formula. It's their Bronze Booster, and I believe that it comes in 2 shades. One is a matte finish and the other is a shimmer finish. For cheek contour, I'm just gonna go straight into the powder. You want to apply it connecting where your ears are with your lip. So this area. The only other place that I also want to contour is the side of my nose. Now, for that purpose, the brush that I love is from e.l.f. I believe this is their contour brush from their Beautifully Precise line. This line has a very nice triangle shape. It really helps with you holding the brush. I love it. It's just slim enough to really go right in there to the bridge of your nose. I'm basically just going to draw a straight line on both sides of my nose bridge. The highlighter I'm going to be using is Essence Pure Nude. This is such a beautiful highlight. It's definitely subtle, but it gives you a very nude sheen, if that makes sense. It feels like a very soft sun glow. To apply this highlighter, I'm going to be using Morphe's M501. This is a tapered brush. It's very slim. Now with a subtle sheen highlighter like this, you can probably get away with a larger fluffy brush, but if you're applying something very metallic or very high shine, you want that precise control with a smaller taper brush like this. I'm gonna apply this powder on the top of my cheekbones. It actually doesn't make you look like you're wearing highlighter, but when you tilt your head, when the light hits the right places, it's gonna shine. The bridge of my nose, tip of my nose, on my cupid bones. We're gonna move on to blush. I've been loving this blush from Tarte. This is their Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush, and it's in the shade Captivating. It's kind of like a Maui tone pink nude. Using Morphe M427. This is a tapered stippling brush. Everyone's favorite butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. I'm in the shade Sun Kissed. So I like to apply it to where my contour works, to basically warm up the complexion on my face. With a fluffy powder brush like this, you can use the side of it to really buff it into the skin. I apply it to the very edge of my forehead and just flick up into my hairline. What you want to do is you want to put right underneath the jawline. So when you look at me from straight up, the place that I actually put bronzer is right underneath my chin, and it's going to create that shadow to really create this 3D dimension for your face. Lip duo that I found work really nice and look really nice together is the lip pencil from ColourPop in the shade Aquarius, and the By Beauty High Pigment Pencil. Aquarius is a rosy toned nude color. I use the Aquarius to drop lip shape first, and then I fill in the void with this lip pencil. As you can see, I really like this coral shade. So that's the end of all the eyeshadows. I'm gonna quickly put on my mascara off the camera, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I really like how it turns out. As you can see, this is a smoky eye look, and I feel like the highlight is definitely the gold metallic foiled eyeshadow. If you have any makeup looks that you would like to share, please comment down below, and if you want to see more videos from me, be sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.